How does Allah Ta'ala forgive a person who owes other people a big debt? Forgive this person. Who is this castle for? It's for whoever forgives such and such. And they forgive. This is a divine buyout. He buys their forgiveness. You holding within yourself? No, I want to see him punished. I want to see him suffer. You're holding it. You're holding that grudge. Allah Ta'ala will offer you something that will make you let it go. And that's how people get forgiven on Yom Qiyamah. Because Allah's generosity has no limit. What Allah has no end. So He can buy out all of these people. And that's how some tyrants, a tyrant, he makes Tawbah at the end of his life. He abused dozens of thousands of people. How is he going to get forgiveness? He could get forgiveness because Allah Ta'ala, from His endless infinity, could reward those people until they willingly drop the case against this man. That's why when you attend a night like tonight's Khitm, and I wish I could attend both, but I can't. I wish I would have attended both. Abdullah bin Mas'ud used to recite the entire Quran, and right before he got to the last 3 surahs, he would stop. Then he would wait until Maghrib, and he would gather his family, his neighbors, his qabila, his tribe, his cousins, his nieces and nephews, gather them all, recite the last 3 surahs, and then make a long dua, and everyone make a long dua alongside with him. And that's how serious they took the dua at the time. That's how important it is. And that's how much, if you notice, don't you feel like at every moment, oh, this is a time of ijab, possibly the last third of the night before Jum'ah, the night of Eid. Just don't forget about that. It's one of the 4 sacred nights of the year. Nisf of Sha'ban, in the middle of Jum'ah, it could be any time in the day. In the last third of the night, year round. The dua after Salah. The dua between the adhan and the iqamah. It's almost like you actually have to find out when dua isn't mujab. Allah Ta'ala would not open up all these things if He did not want to give us. He wouldn't open up all of these doors of Jannah out of ijab dawah if He was planning to hold back, right? It gives you an optimistic feeling. But you keep offering, it must be that He wants to give. That's why Ibn Abbas says, anytime you find your tongue loose in dua, know that He wants to give you. Sometimes He gives you exactly what you ask for, sometimes He gives you something better. Either way, you end up happy. You always remember this. If you ever tongue-tied or your heart is stiff when it comes to dua, you remember this ayah. Say, your Lord would have no interest in you at all as a species, as a human being, if it were not for your dua. Because the moment you make a dua, you're initiating an action, you're going to get a reaction. The reaction from Allah is always better than the initiated action. Sometimes you're bored in life, I need something to go on. Get a heavenly reaction. How do you get that? Initiated action. We initiate an action with Allah through our good deeds and our dua.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله سمع الله لمن حمده
Pretty. It's candles. I forgot mine. It was in the car. These are like a nice crystal. These are like from a dead buffalo. Those are like nice crystals. This is from a dead buffalo. Buffalo horn, right?
That was an extra. Maybe I should have.
It's just bone.
Well, I'm not carrying it.
I got that from church.
Boom. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everybody to this, inshallah ta'ala, blessed night in which we finish the Quran. Just so everyone understands the program for tonight, so inshallah ta'ala we can facilitate a safe environment for everybody who is here. For those of us who are guests, maybe who weren't with us in other parts of Ramadan, make sure Secondly, we will have the Khitm in the Tarawih, the first Jama'at of Tarawih, behind our beloved Shaykh Qari al-Basit. That will be followed by dua. We are then going to ask you to exit, get your sweet gift, inshallah ta'ala, and so the next Jama'at can come. The next Jama'at, inshallah ta'ala, will start with Qari Zahid, and he will do a Khitm as well, in the Tarawih as well, and then followed by dua. So there's no reason to stay till the end. The end is going to be when this Jama'at ends. We do have the late night program you can come back for, about 11:45, 12 o'clock. We'll have Salam and Dhikr, followed by Salat al-Qiyam at 1 a.m. Tonight was our last iftar, curbside iftar. We thank all the brothers and sisters who contributed, alhamdulillah, to all of the iftars in the month. Tonight we thank the Khwaja family who sponsored all iftar. We thank Dr. Nadeem and his family who sponsored the Laylatul Qadr, the whole iftar, and everyone else who contributed to help feed the Muslims. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all for that. Thirdly, we are going to have our fundraising appeal, as you guys know, every year, and this year is no different. Your generosity tonight, inshallah ta'ala, is what that allows us to keep operations going through the year. So be prepared for that, be patient for that, inshallah ta'ala, and so that we can make this, inshallah ta'ala, a blessed night of giving as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all, and He accept your dua, and He accept all the worship that we are conducting here throughout this month and tonight, inshallah ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum. The first Jama'at will be 10 rak'ahs will be doing, not 8 tonight, it will be 10 inshallah.
صلاة القيام يرحمكم الله. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين وويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. I want you to imagine for a moment not being able to come to the masjid to pray, not being able to come to see your fellow community members, not being able to come and stand foot to foot, shoulder to shoulder with your brothers and sisters, not being able to remember Allah in His house. I want you to imagine for a moment. Or maybe we don't have to imagine, because that was our experience. We are at a point of transition where, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us to be able to gather back into the masjid. Not fully, but partly. But one thing I'm sure is clear from this past year is that what? We realize the importance of having a center. We realize the importance of gathering together. We're asking tonight, as we do every year, that you take advantage of this opportunity. But tonight is different. Because every year we talk about gratitude and being grateful. But tonight is different. Why? Because we've come to know this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown us this. That in spite of all the efforts, alhamdulillah, that the NBIC volunteers and planning team has made, all of the efforts in programming and trying to create a hybrid type program during this most difficult time that afflicted the entire world, in spite of all of that, I'm sure we all know and recognize that we need this place. So inshallah ta'ala, we want you to be generous tonight to support NBIC, to support the center, to support the activities going forward. Alhamdulillah, when this pandemic hit, immediately we had to move to online program. We, alhamdulillah, had a full year of online programming, dealing with what we could. When it was safe to open up the masjid for the daily prayers, we opened up the masjid for the daily prayers. When we didn't feel it was still safe to pray and gather in larger groups with Salat al-Jum'ah, alhamdulillah, we were able to facilitate Jum'ah for almost the entire year outside. An amazing experience, no doubt, but not the same as praying here. And we were able, alhamdulillah, to open up during this month in a safe environment. Brothers and sisters, tap into that when you're being asked tonight. The programming, alhamdulillah, Ramadan, it was a hybrid program. Again, it's not the full experience. We speak a lot about the NBIC experience. It's not the full experience, we know that. Fundamentally, I know for myself, longing to see the smiles of my brothers and sisters coming in, hugging them, greeting them properly. We know it's not the full experience, but alhamdulillah, we were able to, through the iftar in the box program, through the curbside iftars, through the online after morning, every morning after Salat al-Fajr, having the adhkar, every night through Ramadan, youth development and children's development, and of course, community outreach and interfaith relations. This is what we're seeking to do in this coming year, inshallah ta'ala, continue on what we've done and to expand. So we're asking you, inshallah ta'ala, to be generous on this night of generosity. Our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam was the most generous. No one, no matter how generous you think you are, was like him. We are being generous tonight, especially in this night, and especially in this month. Gratitude requires a thing in our world, including the place that our beloved Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his resting place, in one moment can be taken from us. We can't take it for granted anymore. And we must internalize that. So we ask you, brothers and sisters, please be generous tonight. And as we always say, if you're writing a check or anything, always, make sure it is with that spirit of love. We're not pressuring you. It's an opportunity. It's not to try to convince you of something you already don't know. Because those types of checks and money that comes in where people feel shamed or embarrassed, we know there's not barakah in that, there's not blessing in that. But the blessing comes from those where there's a good intention and a sincere love for the community in the center.
Just say something.
I just want to say something real quick. Is that as much as our world has become virtual, most of your industries have become virtual. You can do a lot from home without meeting people. But one thing that we always have to remember will never change is the nature of the human being himself and his happiness. Human happiness is always going to be based on other people. Human happiness can never, the human interaction can never be replaced. And when we're talking about human interaction, where do we interact? In this lockdown, people realize when the workplaces were taken away from them, they had no friends. When the bars were taken away from them, they had no friends. And so many people live alone. So many people marry late, don't have family, they don't know how to interact with their family. We have such a ni'mah given to us by the Nabiyyin, by the prophets. They showed us a place where we can come and meet people. We come here, none of us are intending, as a first intention, to meet people. We're coming to meet our Creator. And by doing that, we have so much barakah in our interactions. Because all our interactions are sweet. In bars, it's bar fights. It's what they do. You look around, they're watching TV, seeking the dunya, trying to remove their intellects. It's the bar, from the beginning of time, this is Iblis's places of worship. Clubs and bars, those are his places of worship. You either make your friends in the masjid or you make them in pubs. Where else do people make them? At work. The third space, as they're called in society, is home, work, and then blank. It's either pubs, it's casinos and clubs, or it's churches, synagogues, and masajid. People come to the masjid, they're coming with a clean heart, coming to be with their Creator, and their Creator has told, we say, we're pleased with Allah as our Lord. Well, that means we're also pleased with the other creation that He's put around us, and that's one another. So it gives us the motivation that we're going to turn to one another with a positive attitude and an open heart. When you come to a place and everyone's got that mentality, you're going to leave happier, you're going to leave with company. And that's why of all the things that didn't change, the nature of the human being hasn't changed. Is that we thrive on purpose and company. Company of other humans, not technology and machines. So I pray that Allah always keeps us in the masajid, and Allah always keeps this jama'ah thriving, full of peace, and removes from all of our hearts that which doesn't please Him towards Him and towards one another.
Inshallah ta'ala, you can write your checks out at NBIC, as well as do it on the swipe or on an online, those of us who are online, inshallah, we haven't forgotten you. That you can also go onto the NBIC website and donate there, inshallah ta'ala. As we're just wrapping up, let's take a moment all together. Remember our beloved Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the most beautiful voice. Let's remember him. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Nabiyyil Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi generous. And send a text to your friends, relatives, those who aren't here with us. So, alhamdulillah, part of this amazing community, part of this had an amazing experience here. Please support this institution, inshallah ta'ala. And every one of us here then becomes an ambassador for the institution. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you all. Salat al-Tarawih.
Norwegian.
Allahu Akbar.
Like neighbors, eh?
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. الله. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد.
وبارك وسلم. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد معدن الجود والكرم وآله وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأحياء على رسول الله وأصحابه الأطهار. صدق الله العظيم. صدق الله العظيم المتوحد الجلال الكمال بجمال تعظيما وتكبيرا الذي نزل الفرقان على عبده ليكون للعالمين نذيرا. اللهم لك الحمد على نعمة الإسلام. اللهم لك الحمد على نعمة القرآن. الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات. اللهم يا رب العالمين يا أرحم الراحمين يا أكرم الأكرمين. اللهم أنت رب السماوات والأرض. أنت خالق السماوات والأرض. أنت سيد السماوات والأرض. اللهم زينا بزينة القرآن. اللهم زينا بزينة القرآن. اللهم أكرمنا بكرامة القرآن. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا ختم القرآن. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا ختم القرآن. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا ختم القرآن. اللهم اجعل القرآن العظيم ربيع قلوبنا ونور صدورنا وجلاء أحزاننا. اللهم أكرمنا بكرامة القرآن. اللهم نور قلوبنا بالقرآن. اللهم نور صدورنا بالقرآن. اللهم زين أخلاقنا بالقرآن. اللهم ادخلنا الجنة مع القرآن. اللهم ادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين يا أكرم الأكرمين. اللهم اجعل القرآن ممن يقرأه فيرضى. اللهم لا تجعل القرآن ممن يقرأه فيذل ويشقى. اللهم اجعل القرآن اللهم اجعلنا من القرآن بكل حرف حلاوة وبكل آية سعادة وبكل جزء جزاء. اللهم شرفنا بشرافة القرآن. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم اللهم انصرنا فإنك خير الناصرين اللهم ارحمنا فإنك خير الراحمين اللهم ارزقنا فإنك خير الرازقين اللهم اغفر لنا فإنك خير الغافرين اللهم اهدنا ونجنا من القوم الظالمين اللهم أيد الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم انصر المسلمين في كل مكان اللهم أيد الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات اللهم يا مسبب الأسباب يا قاضي الحاجات يا مستجاب الدعوات اللهم يا شافي الأمراض اللهم عافنا في كل مرضنا اللهم عافنا في كل مرضنا اللهم ارفع عنا هذا البلاء والوباء اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وانثانا اللهم من احييته منا فاحيه على الاسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الايمان اللهم اجعل الاخر كلامنا لا اله الا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا انك انت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد واله واصحابه اجمعين برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Allah, we turn to you. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Oh Allah, we turn to you with by your command and your invitation that you've asked us and enticed us all over your book and on the tongue of your messenger. Call upon me and I'll answer you. Oh Allah, you are too generous to invite us to this invitation without first having intended to give us. So we have full yaqeen and certainty that with this dua will come ijab, that with this dua will come sa'ada, with this dua will come happiness, and with this dua will come an answer. You are too generous to invite us repeatedly, to call upon you and to ask upon you, without you first having intended that you want to give us. So we thank you for this invitation and the tawfiq to open our hands. As your Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, never does a abd of mu'min open his hands up to the sky, and Allah will never return them empty-handed and failing. And as your Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Zakaria, says, وَلَمْ أَكُنْ بِدُعَائِكَ رَبِّي شَقِيًّا. I have never failed when I turn my palms up to the sky in dua. We ask Allah, firstly, to shower blessings and peace upon His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and to give us the tawfiq to fulfill the honor of being from the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Oh Allah, we have a good opinion of you that you would not have made us from the ummah of your most beloved, except that we too are your beloved. Nobody is part of the ummah of your beloved and walks on the path of your beloved and loves your beloved, except that first they were your beloveds. And Allah, we come to you with this husn, this beautiful opinion about you, that you have loved us and willed to answer our dua before we even spoke it. We ask you to guide us on the straight path and never let us leave the straight path of your Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam until the day of our death. And likewise for our parents and for our spouses and for our children and generations and offspring until Yawm al-Qiyamah. Keep us on the straight path and keep them on the straight path, and let the iman be sweet in our hearts, and let the deviation and kufr be bitter in our hearts and theirs. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless all of our dunya and make all of our worldly possessions and wealth stamped with your blessing and your rida, that we may use it for our afterlife. We ask Allah ta'ala, we ask you to give us the tawfiq to use all of our blessings for the sake of our afterlife in a way that pleases you. Remove from our hearts what displeases you, and fill with your gentleness our hearts with everything that pleases you and pleases your Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and earns us the great vision on the day of judgment, the vision of your noble countenance. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all of our family members that He guides them to what is most pleasing to Him, and fills our hearts and fills their hearts with what is pleasing with you, with His gentleness. We ask Allah ta'ala to remove from our hearts what displeases Him, and to show us the truth and make us follow it. Give us the success to see the truth as truth and to follow it, and to see falsehood as falsehood and to avoid it. We ask for our children, for our youth. Oh Allah, you know all of the trials and tribulations and doubts and messages that they receive, but you are stronger than all of the kaid and the plots of the plotters. And your quwwah and your qudra, your power and omnipotence is stronger than all powers and omnipotence that hover around them like sharks to misguide them. So protect our youth. Make them love Islam, and make them love Allah as Messenger, and make them hate and despise and be bitter in their hearts everything that turns them away. We ask Allah for this community and for all of the Central Jersey communities and the American communities and the Western Hemisphere and the Ummah at large, that He keeps us on the path that most beloved to Him. That He unifies us in this world, in the masajid, and in the next world at the fountain of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Remove from all of our hearts all the shahna, all the competition, all the anger, all the envy towards one another, from community to community, within the community, within the family, within the friend groups, within the rival groups, end these rivalries and this hatred in the hearts, and purify our hearts, and make us content simply to be the last of the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Oh Allah, we put down our swords of competition with the Ummah. We put down our bats and batons of conflict with the Ummah of your beloved, so that we can become your beloved. We ask Allah Ta'ala for the people of Philistine, Sheikh Jarrah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be with them and destroy their enemies. Oh Allah, you see what they're doing to your children, to the children of this Ummah, and to people elderly who have owned homes. You see what they've done to this Ummah, the Ummah of your beloved sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We ask you to take care of them. We ask you to deal with them with your might and your power, for we have no might and no power. Oh Allah, all power and might has been removed from us. We have nothing but empty hands. We turn them upwards so that your power and might may descend downwards. Oh Allah, descend upon them your might and power, and show them your might and power, and show the world your might and power for those who abuse the sacred land of Al-Quds and the sacred masjid in which all of your prophets prayed with your most beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Oh Allah, they've abused it. They've desanctified it. They've soiled it with their kufr and with their oppression and with their bullets and with their blood. So Allah, you're watching, and we know that you will take care of them. Their days are numbered. So Allah, let us have a coolness in our hearts to watch, and let us live long enough to see the end of this filth. And likewise, for what has happened to our brothers in East Turkestan, the Uyghurs. Oh Allah, you know, they sent soldiers in to stop them from fasting. They abuse them. They make them work in camps. They take out their organs and sell them. You're watching. Let us one day live long enough to see the destruction of these enemies. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all those as well. In Yemen, suffering at the hands of other Muslims. Let those Muslims be busy with themselves so they can leave the people of Yemen alone. And return to them fresh water and medicine and nourishment to return them to the health that they used to be in. We ask for the Rohingya, the people of Burma who are abusing the Rohingya Muslims and killing them for nothing other than La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Oh Allah, your ummah is on fire, east and west. Bring down with your power and show us the day that these fires are put out. And show us the day that your enemies are scared from ever touching a Muslim. We ask for the people of India and Kashmir, the Muslims of India and Kashmir, Muslims of Syria. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make from their abuse martyrs, from those who are killed amongst them martyrs, and for every moment of abuse or elevation of their rank. Oh Allah, if they pass away, take them as martyrs, all of them, and enter them Jannah without hisab. Your ummah is divided into those who are blessed and those who are tested. We thank you for making us from those who are blessed. So put us to work to support those who are tested. Oh Allah, use us in the khidmah of your ummah. Use us for every talent and grant us more talents to serve this ummah, to be from those who are blessed, to serve those who are tested, and to earn your pleasure. We want to earn the pleasure of your Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam at his fountain. Oh Allah, let us be at his fountain one day, looking at all of the brothers and sisters in the ummah, smiling, remembering the days in which things were dark and things were difficult, and saying to one another, it was so long ago and it was so short, and here we are permanently. Oh Allah, grant us permanence with your Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Oh Allah, we would not have uttered these words in this blessed place, in this blessed time, except that you have already ordained us to make this dua. And if you have already decreed for us to make this dua, then we believe that you have a decree to accept this dua. Before we uttered it, oh Allah Ta'ala, grant every one of this community, from this youth of this community, students of knowledge, from the youth of this community, imams, scholars, awliya, fighters and warriors, for your deen and the sunnah of your Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Lift them and bring them out from the kids of this community. Let us look upon them with pride. And let us say, this is from our community. And let us say, these lions were raised in this masjid. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to let us one day see the success of this community through its children, not through its walls, through its youth, not through its buildings. Oh Allah, grant us hearts inflamed with the love of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Sallallahu baraka ala sayyidina Muhammadin, tibb al-qulubi wa dawa'iha, wa afiyati al-abdani wa shifaiha, wa nur al-awsari wa diyaiha, wa qut al-arwahi wa bidaiha, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد إله العالمين أي हमारे करीम अल्लाह गफूर रहीम अल्लाह मालिक अल्लाह खालिक अल्लाह राज़िक अल्लाह हाफ़िज़ अल्लाह नासिर अल्लाह रब्बे करीम आपकी बारगाह में खाली झोलियों के साथ तेरी बारगाह में हाजिर हैं गुनाहों के अंबार लेकर या अल्लाह तेरी बारगाह में हाजिर हैं। ऐ अल्लाह आप बख्शना اللہ آپ نے توفیق عطا فرمائی، تیرے کرام اللہ کی تلاوت ہوئی، اے اللہ اپنے دربار میں اس کو قبول منظور فرما، رب کریم اس کو اپنے دربار میں قبول منظور فرما، اے اللہ اس کو اپنے دربار میں قبول منظور فرما، یا اللہ جو کچھ پڑھا گیا یا اللہ اس کو اپنے دربار میں قبول منظور فرما، یا اللہ اس میں کبھی بیشی ہوئی یا اللہ اس کو معاف فرما، اے اللہ اس کو معاف فرما، رب کریم اس کو معاف فرما، اے اللہ آپ معاف کرنے والے ہیں، معاف فرمانے والے ہیں، یا اللہ معاف فرما، یا اللہ تیری توفیق سے فارغ راہ دیا اور میں نے قرآن مجید کو ختم کیا، یا اللہ اس کا فیضان رحمت قبول فرما، یا اللہ گناہ گیا اس کو ہمارے لیے صدقہ جاریہ بنا، ہمارے والدین کے لیے ہمارے بچوں کے لیے یا اللہ اس کو صدقہ جاریہ بنا، رب کریم آج کی اس مجلس میں اس محفل میں ختم قرآن کی مجلس میں کتنے ہمارے عزیز دوست احباب بہن موجود ہیں، یا اللہ سب کی دعاؤں کو اپنے دربار میں منظور فرما، یا اللہ جو بیمار ہیں ان کو شفا کاملہ عاجلہ عطا فرما، جو پریشان ہیں ان کی پریشانیوں کو دور فرما، رب کریم ہمارے دوست احباب اس کورونا کی وجہ سے چلے گئے اس سال، یا اللہ سب کی مدد فرما، سب کی درجات کو بلند فرما، یا اللہ ان کی قبر کو منور فرما، کربٹ جنت نصیب فرما، یا اللہ ان کی قبر کو جنت کا حق بنا، رب کریم ہماری اولادوں کو نیک بنا، دین پر چلنے والا بنا، قرآن کا حافظ بنا، رب کریم دین کا مبلغ بنا، اے اللہ ہمارے گھروں میں اپنا خاص فضل و کرم فرما، یا اللہ ہمارے گھروں میں اپنا خاص فضل و کرم فرما، یا اللہ ہمارے گھروں میں اپنا خاص فضل و کرم فرما، یا اللہ ہم گنہگار ہیں، خطا کار ہیں، یا اللہ تیری بارگاہ میں یا اللہ حاضر ہیں، ہمارے گناہوں کو معاف فرما، اے اللہ ہماری مغفرت فرما دے، اے اللہ ہماری مغفرت فرما دے، اے اللہ ہماری مغفرت فرما دے، ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم، اے اللہ ہمارے حضور کو قبول فرما، اے اللہ ہمارے حضور کو قبول فرما، اللهم تقبل صيامنا، یا اللہ ہمارے روزوں کو قبول فرما، یا اللہ ہمارے قیاموں کو اپنے دربار میں قبول منظور فرما، ہماری تہجد کو، ہماری تلاوت کو، ہمارے اسرار کو، ہماری دعاؤں کو یا اللہ اپنے دربار میں قبول منظور فرما، ہمارے دوست کا بھی ساتھی بیگم بیمار ہیں، اللہ ان کو شفا کاملہ عاجلہ عطا فرما، ہمارے بھائی چودھری رفیع صاحب کے سسر کے انتقال ہوا ہے، اللہ ان کی مغفرت فرما، ان کے درجات کو بلند فرما، برادر امتیاز صاحب کے ساتھ صحبہ کا انتقال ہوا، اے اللہ ان کی مغفرت فرما، ان کے درجات کو بلند فرما، رب کریم ہمارے بورڈ ممبر یا اللہ دن رات اس سینٹر کو چلانے میں کوشش کرتے ہیں، یا اللہ یا اللہ یا اللہ ان کو توفیق عطا فرما کہ مزید ہمت اور توفیق کے ساتھ یا اللہ اس پہ کام جاری رکھیں، یا اللہ جو بھائی ہمارے سینٹر کے ساتھ تعاون کرتے ہیں یا اللہ ان کو اجر عطا فرما، یا اللہ جو بھی جس نے اس سینٹر کو چلانے کے لیے جتنا حصہ ڈالا یا اللہ اس کو مبارکہ منظور فرما، ہمارے بھائی ناصر رات دن اس مسجد کی خدمت میں لگے ہیں، مسجد کو چھوڑتے ہیں، یا اللہ ان کو اس کا اجر عطا فرما، ہمارے برادر ثانی کیمپ اور جتنے دوست احباب ہیں بورڈ ممبر ہیں یا اللہ ان سب کو اجر و توفیق عطا فرما، یا اللہ ہماری دعاؤں کو اپنے دربار میں قبول منظور فرما، رب کریم ہمارے بہت سارے دوستوں نے کہا کہ ان کے بچوں کو یا اللہ تعالیٰ اپنی توفیق سے قرآن کا حافظ بنا دے، یا اللہ تیری بارگاہ میں دعا کرتے ہیں، یا اللہ جس بھائی جی اس دعا کے لیے کہا یا اللہ اس کی دعا کو اپنے دربار میں قبول منظور فرما، یا اللہ ہمارے عاصم یوسف یا اللہ تیری بارگاہ میں دعا کرتے ہیں، یا اللہ ان کو قرآن کا حافظ بنا، دین کا مبلغ بنا، یا اللہ ان کو قرآن کی سنت جاریہ بنا، ہمارے دین میں کیا بنا، رب کریم ہم سب گھر والوں کو، ہمارے بچوں کو، بہنوں کو یا اللہ صحت اور تندرستی عطا فرما، یا اللہ صحت کے ساتھ یا اللہ صحت کے ساتھ تندرستی کے ساتھ رہنے کی توفیق عطا فرما، یا اللہ ہمارے گناہوں کو بخش دے، ہمارے گناہوں کو معاف فرما دے، رب کریم ہماری دعاؤں کو اپنے دربار میں منظور فرما، ربنا ظلمنا انفسنا وان لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين، وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله واصحابه اجمعين برحمتك يا ارحم And to that end, as you leave keep this in mind. Please keep our blessed imams, Waribasim, and their families as we go out. Please give shukr for allowing us to hear their qiraat for this month, and allow us to be united with them in the future Ramadan. Also, I ask you all to say encourage masjids, their families to us, and give shukr to Allah for allowing them to allow us to be involved in their leadership, their spiritual guidance in this blessed month. And of course, we do not forget the staff, the Nasir, the their families, and all the volunteers, and all the board members. Please do let me know. Because without their we cannot pull this off. Please, I can just read that there's another crowd going outside and trying to command.
Email and stuff.
Please.
Because we received your gift from the baby, and I wanted to thank you. I received your letter. I received so many things, and I've been trying to call you. But thank you so much.
Please keep us in your
Okay. Let me check if this is the right number.
So that we can try to exit as quickly as possible. There are some suites out there that are guides, one for adults and one for families.
Text messages. Apple has lifted the barrier and we get all the junk. I got 3 texts today. Email is worse.
They've been waiting patiently outside for the past 20 minutes.
Good to see you.
So please try to clear out the parking lot as quickly as possible and the whole way.
I had to destroy the enemy. No holding back. You need to
A lot of delegates will be there tomorrow night until the time, so please join us for that as well.
Keep it upright.
Please pray with me on Thursday, Thursday morning, 7:30, 8:30, 10 o'clock.
That was awesome.
No, go. Go. Tammy's gonna come
Who's going to give the white papers on?
Sammy's doing that.
Children, if you can please try to exit as quickly as possible. Exit please as quickly as possible. Exit the parking lot. Please, brothers and sisters, please. You can catch up with each other later. Another time, another place. All right, inshallah ta'ala, the next Imam can come in. Brothers, please move to the gym first. Gym first before the main hall. Make sure you have your mask on, nose and mouth. Fill up the gym first, then the main hall. Thank you for your patience. Gym first, gym first. Make sure your mask is on your nose and face. Please make sure you're on the line. If there is no line available for you, then you're not praying good. Unless you're with your family, you can pray next to you. Please maintain distance appropriately. Brothers, still, please come to the gym. The gym. Keep moving to the gym, brothers.
first. You can go meet the main part. Jim में ठीक है?
Thank you everybody for your patience. There's just some people who are waiting in their cars to come in. We're just going to wait for them to give them the chance. Utilize this time until Allah for the dua.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمن الرسول بما سمع الله لمن حمده الله 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 سمع الله لمن حمده الله 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 سمع الله لمن حمده الله 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 السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah everybody for your patience. Alhamdulillah, these are predictable times, and so it's unpredictable in terms of the crowd and what we're going to come, etc. Alhamdulillah, may Allah bless you for all your beautiful patience and facilitating a beautiful night by your cooperation and more importantly by your attendance and participation here. Inshallah ta'ala, just to, for the sake of clarity, so we understand what's going to take place now. After the Sunnah prayers, we're going to pray Salat al-Tarawih. Inshallah ta'ala, close that with the Khitm, close that with the Dua, inshallah. As you know, tonight is also our NBIC annual fundraising appeal in Ramadan. Alhamdulillah for your generosity and your support. This night in particular, NBIC is able to sustain operations. So we're going to take a moment a little bit later in the evening to just give you an opportunity to participate in that and contribute inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all and accept this night that we got and worship and honor all of us.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سمع الله لمن حمده الله الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر الله سمع الله لمن حمده الله
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I just have a couple of moments of your time if I can just pass and get the light. Alhamdulillah, we are blessed to be here on this night, listening to the Quran and inshallah ta'ala completing it here. Well, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His immense bounty has given us this blessing. And I wanted to just for a moment, if we take a moment to reflect on and think about, imagine not being able to come to the mosque to pray in Jama'ah. Imagine not being able to see our brothers and sisters weekly, daily, as we come for prayers here. Imagine not being able to come to the mosque and the center for dhikr, for learning. Just imagine for a moment. It's not very hard to do because we don't have to imagine. This was our experience this entire year. Something that maybe we all took for granted, myself first and foremost, and Muslims maybe around the world took for granted. These masajid, these institutions that maybe were there for 1,000 years, in an instant, doors were shut. Doors were shut. Brothers and sisters, this year should have taught us something, a lesson, a very powerful lesson, of the importance of having our institutions to help us for our social interaction, for our spiritual growth, for our ability to learn, for our ability to connect to Allah, for our ability to listen to the Quran by those who are masters of the Quran. The ability to see our brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, tonight we're asking, as we do every year, on the Khitm night, invite people to an opportunity to help support your center, to give donations to your center, so that we can maintain operations. What we collect on this night is something that is able to sustain us in this center. So we're asking you, inshallah ta'ala, to be generous in this month of generosity. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was the most generous of people, by the testimony of those who knew him. There was nobody more generous than him, but him. There was nobody more generous than him, but him. Because the companion said he was the most generous of people, and he was even more generous in this month of Ramadan. If he is our example, brothers and sisters, let us be generous as we are closing this month of Ramadan. Give to your center. Well, alhamdulillah, when this pandemic struck, the volunteers, the administration, the board, may Allah Ta'ala preserve them and bless them for their service, their wisdom and guidance in trying to connect the people to the community through virtual programs, online programs, to go throughout the year. And when it was safe to open up the masjid for daily prayers, it was, when pursuant to certain protocols, it was open. And when it was safe to open for Jummah, outside, but alhamdulillah, almost for a year, 8 months, we prayed outside for the safety of the community. And when it was safe, inshallah ta'ala, pursuant to the guidance and protocol, we opened for Jummah inside. Alhamdulillah, we were able to open for Ramadan and complete this month. But during that time and that challenge that we had, it also showed us that we actually are in fact a growing community. Growing in size, but also growing in needs. The services and needs of the community have grown tremendous too over this past year. So looking forward, inshallah ta'ala, to address those needs in spiritual, youth work, education, social interaction, family, programming. We're asking you to be generous, inshallah ta'ala. They're walking around, the volunteers are walking around with the donation boxes. You can write your check to nvic.org. Even better, just go to the website right now. You can donate there. If you want to give cash, give cash. But be generous, brothers and sisters. And when you're writing, or when you're thinking about what to give, make sure it's coming from that most blessed spot in you, the spot of love for your community. This is not about pressure. This is about opportunity. If you feel pressure, keep it to yourself. Keep the money to yourself. Why? Why do I say that? Because we know, and we've seen this, and anyone running institutions knows this. When money is given without ikhlas, when money is given because of people feel shamed or embarrassed, there's no barakah in that money. It doesn't last. The barakah comes from people who give it with that sincere intention, sincere love, and recognizing the blessing that they have been given. If you haven't recognized the blessing, then why would you give? And it's some other reason. Not because of being grateful for that blessing. Brothers and sisters, we're going to continue this year, inshallah ta'ala, with a hybrid program as much as we can and try to transition, obviously, pursuant to guidance and safety for the community, to more full programming again. Alhamdulillah, this Ramadan, we were able to open for Salah here. We got a full, also, virtual program as well. Every day after Salah, starting with Salah al-Fajr, the dua after Fajr, going throughout the day, youth programming, children's programming, youth iftar, children's late night program, late night youth programming, the cooking competition, a little bit of fun we had, the nightly fatras, nightly reflections, the recitation every day online, the showing here online as well too of the Tarawih programming. The last 10 nights, every night to be open in a safe environment that we can do qiyam with it, dhikr, remember Allah, do our dua. Alhamdulillah, let's be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's show our gratitude tonight. I'm just going to spend one more minute, and we're just going to send peace on the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam while some of you are gathering And let's do it in the most beautiful voice as we're listening to the book that was first revealed to him so many years ago. Where? On that mountain of light. Where? In that blessed cave. To our beloved sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin al-Nabi al-Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin al-Nabi al-Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin al-Nabi al-Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Inshallah ta'ala, when you exit, you can drop off your card if you haven't had a chance yet, or do your donation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. May this be a blessed night. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Sallu ala Muhammad. Salat al-Tarawih.
Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta 'alayhim, ghayril maghdubi 'alayhim waladdallin. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط